Hey guys, this is Danny Boy. I am back. As always, we need more videos. So we are still on Tuchanka. We will be facing Reapers again, the Reaper enemies rather than the Cerberus enemies. This time around I will be using the Incisor and the Scimitar, though I will not be using the Scimitar for long, as I find a very interesting weapon that I think you guys will very much enjoy seeing showcased and demonstrated. I finally get to upgrade my drone to have rockets, and I have to say they do make quite the difference. Makes it much more effective offensively. It actually does damage now. So that is certainly nice. I'm slowly making my way to having group incendiary ammo, which I think will make a big difference. And these husks actually make me realize just how inaccurate the Scimitar is, at least when trying to get headshots. Not these husks, but husks in a second. I get a lot of random misses that I feel really should have been hits, but weren't, so maybe just weird bullet spread or something. Not totally sure. But yes, swarms of husks are definitely not any sort of threat when you have a shotgun, especially the Scimitar. It is rapid fire, it does decent damage, it's all around a very nice shotgun. One of my favorites, even if it may not be the most effective in the world, it's still fun to play with. And so yes, this is just, oh, he's being raped. Stranger danger. Dealt with that, and yes, I'm just like, why am I missing? Why am I missing? Why am I missing these headshots? Alright, the hell with it. Body shots then. Or maybe I'm hitting and just not doing a lot of damage and it's not really registering or something. I don't know. So out of ammo, but not a big deal. Don't know why I didn't just melee him, but... Alright, so yes, didn't get a chance to use the Incisor there. In just a moment, I'll be picking up, again, a very interesting weapon. A weapon that I've been looking forward to finding for quite some time and didn't actually realize was in the regular game. Yes, the Graal Spike Thrower. I was first introduced to this weapon in the multiplayer and on the Mass Effect wiki, so I was very excited to try it out. As you can see, it is a hell of a weapon. Weighs less than the Claymore, does about as much damage as the Claymore, fires faster, has more shots in the chamber, has about as many shots, I think almost exactly the same number of shots in reserve, and is far more accurate. It is a hell of a weapon. This thing is double-barreled. It shoots spikes. It shoots 2 spikes at a time, I believe, considering it's double-barreled. And you can charge it up just like you can charge up the Geth Plasma shotgun or the Chakram launcher. But this thing does way more damage a shot than the Chakram launcher. This thing is much more comparable to the Geth Plasma shotgun. However, it also is way more accurate. It doesn't have the limitation of, usually with the Geth Plasma shotgun, only one projectile would hit rather than all 3 in the cluster, so it was better for groups. Still a very effective weapon, but at least that's how it was at one point. Maybe that changed with the patch or something. This thing is just, it devastates armor. It's so incredibly effective against armor. I just can't say enough good things about this weapon. To the point that it's nearly, I gotta say it's almost overpowered, but it's not, because unlike the Black Widow, it can charge up shots. It needs to charge up shots, really, to reach maximum effectiveness. So I don't think it's overpowered, myself. But you guys may feel free to disagree. I'm sure a lot of you disagree with me on saying the Widow is overpowered as well, but again, your mileage may vary. So here we have a flashlight sequence, and we're going to shorten this down because there really isn't any combat, and this is more plot related. But just wanted to show this off, this environment, because it's an interesting environment in my opinion. Bit frightening, I have to say. When you're given a freaking shotgun designed to kill Thresher Maws, and then you're sent into a dark cavern with a flashlight, you kind of suspect something bad's going to be lurking down there. But yes, I think that's enough of that, so let's move on. And now we have some combat, or we will in just a moment. And I will try out, well, for now I'm going to try out the Incisor, I believe. And the Incisor, well, the Incisor is better than it was. It has definitely been improved. It has, I think it has more shots in reserve. It certainly seems like it has more shots in reserve. So that helps. It also is much more effective against armor. It's less of a specialized sniper rifle and more of an all-purpose sniper rifle. Sniper rifle now. It isn't just a anti-shield weapon, it's pretty much anti-anything. However, it still shoots in 3-shot bursts, and it has quite a bit of recoil, so against smaller targets, it's very difficult to get all 3 shots on target, and it doesn't do a lot of damage, as you can see. So, not really a fan of it, I have to say. It's definitely better than it was, but I still think other sniper rifles are a better choice. It is interesting that it's the only burst sniper rifle in the game, but still. Also, I have recently learned that, I believe this to be true, look how much damage that freaking thing does. Oh my goodness, it's delicious. That the Ravagers, the sacks on them, actually release swarmers when you destroy them. So you don't actually want to destroy them. They don't actually benefit you in any way. They release swarmers when you destroy them, so something to keep in mind. And boom! Yeah, yeah. What's also cool about the Graal Spike Thrower is that it leaves spikes in enemies, like the chakram launcher leaves chakrams, only the spikes don't detonate, so you actually get to see them when the enemy dies, and it just has some cool effects when you kill enemies with it. They get knocked back sometimes like that. It has a great sound when you hit enemies, very visceral. All in all, excellent weapon, powerful, cool, fun to use, graphically superb. It's a projectile weapon, which is cool, but they travel fast enough where it's not really an issue. Plus, it's a shotgun, so, you know, ranged shotguns are always fun. Great weapon. I probably won't be using it a lot. I mean, I don't know, maybe I will. It's really cool, it's really fun, it's really powerful, but I don't want to get into the habit of using it as a primary weapon. I would prefer to use it as maybe a tool to just get rid of hard targets and armor targets. This thing is great against, I mean, those Ravagers, it destroys them. It's great because you can just charge up around a corner or over a pillar and then shoot them. It's amazing against brutes, which you'll see later. What a weapon, but it's really good, and I don't know if I want to rely on it, so we'll see. I have a feeling you guys will like watching it, just as I think you guys like watching the chakram launcher, which is why I try to use it every so often. But still, I'm not totally sure. I will definitely be switching out of this Incisor sniper rifle, though. I'm not going to be using this ever again. It's nice and powerful and whatever, but again, probably better for party members than the player. Or better if you have time dilation, maybe. Yeah, this Graal Spike Thrower even does great damage without even charging it. It does great damage. I should try rapid fire shooting it and seeing how it does. I didn't think about it. And I think, yet again, I totally forgot throughout the entire mission, nice detonation there, I forgot to use sabotage on these guys to see if you can hack Reaper enemies. So, I'll have to try that. But again, totally forgot. One of these days I'll get around to it. And I think that's a brute coming. So let's try out our nice Graal Spike Thrower on him. Also, yes, cannibals, when they eat corpses, heal themselves and also gain massive health regeneration. And they also tend to charge you afterwards, so good idea not to let them do that. At least that's what I have observed now with greater time. But yeah, it's just absolutely demolishing this brute. So much anti-armor and dead. I mean, that thing, a full charge of that takes out like three ticks of armor off a brute. It's just ridiculous. It's so powerful. I mean, it does have a limitation of not having much ammo, and I wouldn't bother modding it for ammo capacity. I would rather get that from armor, maybe. I would definitely go with just 15% bonus damage, and I have a shotgun blade attachment on it, though I probably won't actually use that in the future. I was really hoping that the blade attachment would just totally get rid of your normal melee ability, your heavy melee, and just replace it with a spike attack, like just stabbing them with a spike. So now that I think about it, I don't remember. I wonder if I ever tried using a regular melee swing with it. I wonder if you stab with a regular melee swing. I'll have to try that. I don't know if I did or not. I certainly didn't. I mean, I don't usually do that. I usually, when I bother with melee, I use heavy melee, so we'll have to do that as well. A lot of things to do. Long to-do list. Maybe I should start writing these things down. But yes, this is an example of trying to hit small targets, because I just hit the tops of these guys' heads with the Incisor sniper rifle. As you can see, it's really hard to get all shots on target. A lot of them are whiffs and just go past it. This was a really fun mission. In large part because of the Graal Spike Thrower, but it was a really fun mission nonetheless. Ravagers are nowhere near as big a threat when you have an actual decent loadout to deal with them. I've always had subpar loadouts for the most part, because I experiment and I like to try every weapon. So once you actually have some good weapons, whoa, this game suddenly becomes less tedious and less frustrating and more fun. Ho ho! And again, the rockets I think are helping out a lot too. It'd be cool when I max out the sentry to see what that can offer. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with rockets for the sentry or if I'm going to go with the flamethrower. Probably going to go with rockets, you know, why not? Double rockets should be fun. Boom. So much damage. Charge up around corner. Boom. Alright guys, well this video is coming to a close. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for some crazy ass shit in the next video. Alright guys, have a good one.